Always since we were kids, we have loved stories about adventure and great discoveries. The original idea behind EVO was to tell one great and mysterious discovery. We wanted to find a lost legacy. At the beginning, the first idea for the story was that the discovery will take place in the dried sand of the desert, by primitive characters in an uncertain period of time. This couple will accidentally find a mysterious ark, safely kept during centuries. Location, time and civilization will seem the nature of evolution. Discovering it will be our journey. After the first story, the idea started to evolve from dry to frozen land. From primitive to technologically advanced characters, the style was heading towards something more futuristic. Now that the idea was nailed down, it was time to develop in detail all the elements of the film. We were looking for a character different from mankind. This character will be a kind of explorer. In the beginning, he was wearing primitive armor and gadgets. Now those armors and gadgets were highly advanced technologically. To make him more enigmatic, we made him wear a helmet. The armor will help him in radical low temperatures, but also for any unexpected, difficult situation. GPS, scanners, anchors, guns, explosives and others. We had to figure out how all those gadgets will work. Once all this element were defined, we proceed to create them in CG. Many concepts don't work once they have been made in 3D. Many issues may appear. We were very aware of that before producing our concepts in 3D. Many tests were made to avoid further issues along in the production. The character face is one of the most important elements on a film. Through it, we connect with the audience. For this reason, we had to pay special attention to it. It had to be believable. More gadgets. As the story progresses, we realized that other gadgets were needed to be created from scratch. And their functionality had to be according to the story. The armor and helmet had their own functionality. A head-up display interface. Also a console on each of his forearms, so he can access any of the application. Designing the off-road vehicle. Our explorer had to ride on a vehicle. Prepare for any sort of terrain. spending long journeys, he basically had to live most of his time on it. With this information in mind, it was clear what other designs had to be rejected. There was quite an amount of work to be done for this particular prop. The exterior design had to be conceptualized, while having in mind the interior as well. This was not a simple prop. It was actually a set of his own. The design had to be especially detailed. Also, making a lot of 3D tests was required to avoid further issues. The Ark. There was no doubt that the Ark was going to be the most challenging task of all. It had to have considerable proportions and fully detailed architectural elements of all types, structures and walls reaching wild heights. We had to evidence a certain technology that had kept all that in great condition after centuries. Also had to be designed according to a lost civilization responsible of its construction. After all, it had to be a great discovery. Animating the story. The final storyboard gave us the length and the number of shots needed to tell our story. A layout version was tested to confirm that everything was coming along the way we wanted. Then it was time to animate each shot. Lighting. Right after the animation is completed, the shot is ready to be lit up. Lighting but other elements as well, like smoke, dust and special effects, are added as layers in a composition. They all contribute to make a shot look real. The score. The score was developed since the beginning of the project, allowing the music to evolve with the story. EVO is the effort of a group of artists to contribute to the entertainment industry by bringing our own stories.